What's up, YouTube? It's your boy C to the 904, back with another TF Critic review. And today we're looking at Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. Now I was able to pick this guy up Friday along with a couple other figures, but obviously Optimus being my favorite of the ones I was able to pick up, I thought I'd go ahead and do a review of this guy. Now, I have to say, you gotta hand it to Hasbro and all the designers for definitely making a huge improvement over the '07 movie Prime, which his alt mode is, looking at it from a distance, if you showed this to someone who hadn't seen the Transformers movie, they would literally think this was a model truck. This is nearly alternators worthy. Because it's, except for of course, the automorphing gears here in the front and this huge gap here. But other than that, it's really cool. I'm kind of disappointed though, because they didn't give him a gun. Now he got the two swords, which is cool, but you have this empty space here, in which I wouldn't have been mad if you gave him at least a small rifle with it wouldn't have to be small, maybe with a telescoping barrel that you can plug in here to fill in. It would, one, fill in this hole, and then two, he'd have a rifle to use. But hey, you can't be mad at it. It's a really nice figure. Side by side, I have the '07 movie Prime here. Side by side, it's not too many differences. There are a few that stand out. Of course, the cab is different because the transformation is way different from '07 movie Prime. Of course, here on top of the cab, where these fold up to become the knee guards. And then I say the huge difference is here in the cab on the back area, which Revenge of the Fallen Prime is more accurate, and '07 movie Prime just has this huge gap here with the rifle, where the premium has the sword, and the sword isn't much better than the rifle sticking back there. But it's cool. I really like the truck mode, and this blue plastic here has a slight shimmer effect to it. It's really nice, and of course it's a lot lighter than '07 movie Prime. Now, as far as size, they're not too different. They're nearly. The size difference between the two is almost too small to measure. As you can see, it's not even much at all. And as far as height, they're nearly exactly the same, which is cool. So no complaints there. You can't complain too much about the alt mode. I just wish he had a weapon that plugged in there, fill in that hole or something. But it's a cool figure. It's a cool alt mode. Get '07 movie Prime out of here. Also, he has a button back here. Press this. There's two little divots here in the back, and you press this one, you get the sound. It's kind of hard to see the lights in there. It's a lot better. So yeah, that's it for his truck mode. Go ahead and do a quick transformation of this guy. Well, it won't be quick. But it'll be quick for you guys since you're watching here on the video. And I'll be right back. What's up, YouTube? Here I am with Revenge of the Fallen Prime here in his robot mode. This is about as close as you can get to the movie CGI version of Optimus Prime. You could literally take off some of these back parts and call this guy a giant robot replica. Because the torso area, the arms, the legs, everything is almost identical. And one thing about it, his feet, man, that's one thing I gotta say. His feet are huge. If Optimus steps on you, you can cancel Christmas because you're done. He has a lot of really good articulation. This flap won't stick up underneath his foot. It's starting to get on my nerves. But it's really nice. There's a lot of great articulation, and he still has this little flap here from the first version of him, which when you push that down, it lifts his head up. And I noticed, and a couple of other reviews of this guy, when you move his head, all you have to do is push his head back. It's a little gap in here that lifts up, and as soon as that comes up, he's going to make that noise. And I made that, and it does it repeatedly during the transformation, and that's where it's doing it. And the reason the lever works, you got that transformation sound, is because when you look under here, here's that little red button right there, and when you flip this down, it pushes against that, and then of course when you close that up, you get the transformation sound. And I gotta, man, when I got this figure, my hands on this figure, I have to applaud Hasbro for this, because they didn't give him the super ratchet joint that you get in the knees and elbows you usually get. It's a very slight ratchet, which a lot of ratchet joints are just here and here, which, as you can hear it, it has one right in between it. And I mean, that was the problem, my main problem with the animated leader figures. And I mean, man, I don't even know what to say now. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it almost pains me to do this TF Critic review, because I know I have to ask Hasbro a question. And this figure, I have to say, man, this makes up for a whole lot of other garbage we got. Because the detailing on this guy is just crazy, man. And you look at Optimus' head, man, that's nice. And you get the little windshield flap rain guard things. I'm not exactly sure what they're exactly called, but has a little Autobot symbol on there. You can move these things around. Do a quick height comparison to got Premium Prime here, which he towers over 07 Prime, but the new movie Prime has this little swords under here underneath his arm, where you pull this little lever here and it's supposed to flip out. It wants to be a jerk from time to time. You push it in, it flips out. He's got one on both sides. Come on, man. You guys got to work with me here now. Now you guys big movie stars, but hey. Which, man, I can only imagine what a lot of guys are going to be doing with this figure in stop motion. But these swords are really nice, really nice. When they're flipped under, they sort of hinder the articulation a little bit. And I've tried pulling on this piece a little bit to see if the sword would come off, and it didn't come off immediately, so I left it alone. The last thing I want to do is break it off. So, of course, this is a TF Critic review, and I hate to do this, but I have to ask a question. So today's What's Up With That Hasbro question is, is there a chance we could got just a little bit of paint on the sword? It's just a big orange piece. It's like a little, I mean, it's just a big orange piece. Has some not really nice detailing on here, and from a customizing standpoint, I can see a lot of guys having a lot of fun with a figure like this with so much detail and being able to customize it the way they want it to look. There's some loose plastic on there. And, it's a really nice sword, really nice blade, and there is absolutely no paint on it. Not at all. They didn't even bother. But as you can see here on the elbows, man, there's just so much detailing on this figure that they didn't bother. They don't bother painting the detail they put on a lot of these figures, which I guess it's kind of cool if you're a customizer and you paint and do all that kind of stuff. But to a guy like me who has yet to try his hand at customizing, it's a little irritating at times. But that's it, man. That's all I got. I love this figure, and if you haven't went out and got Optimus yet, man, you need to go somewhere and do something. If you can't afford it, you need to go cut somebody's grass or rake some leaves, wash some dishes or something. Go help some old lady across the street. Maybe she'll give you $1 or $2. Do what you got to do, and you go get Optimus Prime today. And if you don't, he won't be happy. So you guys take it easy, man.